we're taking the blueberry muffin protein powder and we're going to turn it into a blueberry sausage egg McGriddle. Hi friends, what's going on? Happy Sunday, happy October 1st. How are you guys doing? It's your girl Mel. I'm coming to you live from my office here, right outside St. Louis, Missouri. We are wrapping up the weekend and getting ready to head into a busy week. I made the decision that October was my comeback month. Like, I've had a really great summer. September was not my favorite month in the last 2 years. A lot of stuff happened in September, and I'm an emotional eater, and I also didn't really set myself up for success. Before things get too out of control, I'm like, let's reel it back in, Mel. It's so easy to just bounce back into a routine, and so that's what we're doing. The most successful people have a plan, and we're gonna be the most successful this week. I'm really excited. So I spent some time this morning kind of looking through some old recipes, kind of going back to the basics, kind of going back to things that I know I like, some things that sounded really good. I'm doing this 5-day I fast with a bunch of you guys this week. I'm gonna document it all, so make sure you follow along with lives and in my stories features, both on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to show you how easy this is. It's a product assisted intentional fast. We eat lunch and we eat dinner, and then we have products in between. It's super amazing because if you feel like you're out of control, if you feel like you don't even know where to start, what you even want to do, this is so good. I talk about a P5 Power 5 list of daily habits to do every single day to get to your goal. That's what I used when I lost 100 pounds. I'm going back to the P5 list. I'm going back to doing some intentional fasting to get control back. And then next week, my brother comes in town with his family from Arizona. We haven't seen them since like the COVID time. I'm really excited to tour day St. Louis with all of them. When they leave, they'll be here for about 10 days. And then the week after that, the 23rd, we're gonna do another I fast together, just to kind of get us focused before we head into basically I don't know if some of you guys celebrate Halloween or not, but we've gotten invited to some parties. So I just want a good reminder to not spiral out of control when we enter Halloween week. That's what I got going on. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Normally when I'm doing next week, my schedule is gonna be pretty simple. I do every single day, focus on drinking water, focus on getting a walk in, focus on eating lazy keto. I drink a supplement every single day, twice a day, still doing that. But next week, my schedule will open up a little bit, so I'll be doing a snack a meal. That's what I do when I'm not doing any type of fasting with intention. So with the I fast, I'm trying to cut out the snacking, right? But I like food and I like eating. Doing just 2 meals every single day is something long term that's not going to work out for me, which is why I like the schedule I have, because I do a snack a meal. I feel satisfied. I feel full all day. I'm still getting to enjoy food, and my mind is right because I'm not being so restricted in everything. Lazy keto is the way that I eat. Lazy keto is very simple. What I do is just focus on eliminating. So I don't track macros. I don't track what I eat on an app. I don't keep a food journal. I don't do any of that. I just focus on foods that just give me a list of foods that I should eat. Does that make sense to any of you guys? Is that what you guys like too? I know a lot of you guys have had super good success, but you eliminate bread, pasta, processed foods like chips, crackers, and cereal, and you eliminate real sugar. Super simple. People get really overwhelmed because they're like, but Mel, there's all this stuff labeled keto. Isn't that good? Well, yeah, it's a better alternative, but also if your main goal is fat loss, still want to eliminate keto breads, the keto ice, keto bars, the keto labeled items if they fall outside of the umbrella of protein, veg, and fat. Those are the things that you want to focus. When you're doing lazy keto, it's really easy to get into a negative mindset because you're focusing on the things you have. There's so many things you can have, and that's where you want to shift your focus, is to the foods that you can have every single day, which is proteins, veg, and fat. that's what we do. And the sky's the limit. There are so many recipes out there that we can have following keto where we don't feel like we are restricting in a lot of areas. There's recipes to make like 90-second bread, chaffles, keto protein waffles that you bread. There's so many recipes out there for sweet treats so that, you know, if you are struggling, you have a sweet tooth and you want ice, you want candy every day. Like there are things that you can make that fall under the keto umbrella that will keep you on plan and help satisfy the sweet tooth. And so I got a Ninja Creamy and I put my first little concoction in the freezer. So we will try it tomorrow or Tuesday. And I'll let you guys know if it's good. I'll start documenting the recipes and I'll get them all in one spot for you all. But I'm going to play around with the creamy, making some protein ice cream. There's a lady that I follow and she's like a Ninja Pro, and she even adds like riced cauliflower into her protein ice cream. I know it sounds crazy, you guys, but also you guys thought I was crazy when I started adding cottage cheese to everything, like taco meat and soups, and when I do my green chili enchilada stuff in the crock pot and I add cottage cheese to that. Some of you guys think I'm real crazy, but once you try it, you're like, okay, she's not that crazy. It's like good, right? Once I kind of master like phase 1 of Ninja Creamy, then I'll start creative like she does. So with that being said, with doing a 5-day iFast this week, I'm not doing any snacking and I'm only eating 2 meals. So the focus for lunch is high protein and the focus for dinner is low carb, okay? I did open on my live the other day each of these packets for the 5-day iFast. So when you order the 5-day iFast, you get 5 bags like this, and everything in the bag is what you get for the day, and then you eat your food. For example, tomorrow's Monday, tomorrow's day 1. So if you're doing the iFast, don't forget to take your pictures, weigh yourself, do whatever you want to do, measure yourself so that you have like a starting point, and then you also have something to compare it to, because too many people focus on the scale. The scale is never going to be your friend. The scale does not tell the true story. You know, some people have jaw-dropping movement on the scale in 5 days, but also that's not the point. It's not to like drop a ton of weight really fast. You want to do things that are sustainable, being able to see physically how your body changes, and then incorporating habits that you continue outside of the 5-day iFast. We're not going from like creating unhealthy habits to creating unhealthy habits. Tomorrow for lunch, I had opened one of these and there's blueberry muffin protein powder. All right, this has not been available for a really long time. Normally what I would do is I would just make like a protein shake. So with this one, I could do like frozen bananas, almond milk, and blueberry muffin protein powder. It's a full serving of protein with ketone. And so you have this with your lunch. Sometimes I might do like a strawberry blueberry or like a mixed berry with some almond milk and this. So like that's what I've done in the past, but I'm really into these protein waffles. I want to kind of make it so that I don't, I just want to be excited all week with the food that I'm eating. And so I'm just trying some new things. So tomorrow for lunch, we're taking the blueberry muffin protein powder and we're going to turn it into a blueberry sausage egg McGriddle. I have a breakfast sandwich recipe where it doesn't have protein in it. It's basically like the bread of a McGriddle that you would get at McDonald's. It's got some sugar-free maple syrup in it. It's made with almond flour. There's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then I started adding protein powder to it a while back. So I have this recipe protein powder for your protein waffles. So that's going to be the bread. And then Kyla's boyfriends, they live on a farm, or they have a bunch of property. I shouldn't say a farm. They have a lot of chickens. And so they keep gifting us all of these farm fresh eggs. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to do fried egg, sausage and cheese on the blueberry protein waffles, and I'm gonna put some fresh blueberries in it too, and it's gonna be a breakfast sandwich. And so that's what we're gonna do for lunch tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that. Tomorrow's blueberry sausage McGriddles, and then right now I have in the crock pot buffalo chicken dip. So Kyla really likes to take her lunch every day. Where can I find the recipe for the waffles? So Claudia, I've posted it a lot of times. If you go into the P5 Project Facebook group, because you're a VIP, Just search protein waffles and you'll see it in there. You'll see it in the chat, and I believe it's on the website too. So you can also just go onto Facebook and search protein waffles and put my name in, Mel Humphrey, and any of the posts that I've made with the protein waffles, it will pop up. But you'll just have to kind of search on there. But I've posted it a lot because we've been doing those apple butter, the apple butter one. So I don't know if that's confusing, but it's the same recipe as the apple butter protein waffles, except for it's with blueberries. So who won the Freebie Friday? Freebie Friday gets announced on Mondays. So Mondays I will always drop it in the Freebie Friday channel, and I will put it in the stories feature of my Instagram and Facebook. But also if you have the app, they announce the winners kind of like around lunchtime. So the Freebie Friday drops on Friday. You have until Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to enter, and then they always announce the winners on Monday. So, no apologies at all. No problem. But yeah, they announce them every single Monday. And also, if you're a winner, they will send you or tag you on Instagram. So, yeah. So just be on the lookout for that. Okay, so right now I've got buffalo chicken dip in the crock pot because Kyla's gonna have that for lunch for a couple days this week. But I made a little bit extra, and so tomorrow night after her softball game, we're gonna run home. We might go to the football game because it's at home, the C team football game, just to kind of support the program. But we're gonna do buffalo chicken stuffed peppers. I have not made this in a really long time. In fact, Dee and Kyla don't even remember, but I do, and they both loved it. But all you do is take a green pepper, instead of stuffing meat mixture, you stuff it with buffalo chicken dip, and then you can put a piece of white cheese. Like I'll probably get Havarti cheese because it's a little creamier. So you put the Havarti cheese over the top, and then you just stick it in the air fryer for, I don't know, like 6 or 7 minutes or so at like 375. The cheese melts, everything gets heated up, and it's super tasty. And so tomorrow night we're gonna do buffalo chicken stuffed peppers. So I'm really excited about that. So blueberry sausage McGriddles for lunch, buffalo chicken stuffed peppers for dinner. Tuesday, I make these a lot. So I usually make sausage balls. They're really good. It's a super easy recipe. It's also on my blog website and in the groups and all the things. But I'm going to do a jalapeno popper version. So for lunch on Tuesday, we're going to do jalapeno popper sausage balls. And I will probably do the kit that has the dark chocolate because I'll do a Chunky Monkey protein shake with it. So I will do the jalapeno popper sausage balls. I will do a Chunky Monkey protein shake. And then for dinner, we're going to do egg roll in a bowl. And I asked you what kind of protein you wanted, and he said shrimp. So we're going to do shrimp egg roll in a bowl for dinner on Tuesday. I'm really excited about that. I have been following Lazy Keto for over 4 years now. And just like a few months ago was the first time that I ever made egg roll in a bowl. It's like one of the like OG Lazy Keto recipes. People make it all the time. And I'm like, I don't know, I've never tried it. We love it. You can use any kind of protein. You can use hamburger, you can use sausage, use a combination of hamburger and sausage, shrimp. You can use ground chicken. You can use whatever you want for your like protein, and then the recipe's super easy. So I will probably I'll at least make a video of it, like a reel. On some of these, I plan on going live because I know that a lot of you guys have been watching and you're kind of nervous about getting started, or you're just still a little unsure. And so I want to give you guys as much information as possible with this 5-day iFast this week, so you can see how easy it is. And I'm going to like show my pictures and stuff so you guys can see what kind of results you can have in just 5 days if you really buckle down and just keep it simple, focusing one day at a time and having a plan. So that's what we're doing for Tuesday, shrimp egg roll in a bowl. Now on Wednesday, in one of my other bags, because you get a variety now, every day is different. I'm super excited that they listened to the feedback that we gave them and changed up all the product. So one of my kits came with carrot cake protein powder. And so in our big recipe group, I found carrot cake protein muffins. So I only have one of these, and Dee is doing, Dee's my husband, and he's doing the 5-day iFast with me. So I'm going to do carrot cake, and I'm going to do apple butter, and we're going to make protein muffins. So muffins, and we're going to have the protein muffins with sausage egg breakfast bowls for lunch on Wednesday. Super easy. All you do is take some some sausage, some eggs, a little bit of heavy whipping cream. You also take a little bit of cheese, and then you just kind of scramble it all up into like a breakfast bowl. You can do breakfast burritos with it. You can do a bowl. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with like the little mixture, but I'll just put it in a bowl, probably top it with some sour cream, some hot sauce, and then we're gonna have carrot cake and apple butter muffins with it. So there's different ways that you can incorporate this protein for lunch, and I'm so excited that there's so much flexibility in that. And then I am really excited because in this pack, you also get a protein shake at night, but the one at night can only mix with water or like an unsweetened nut milk. But caramel cold brew also came in my kit, and so I'm gonna be having this at night. I just mix it up with some unsweetened almond milk, and my phone's getting ready to die. But I'm really excited about that. So that's gonna be on Wednesday for lunch. And then we're going to kind of shift here in St. Louis. We're going to start getting some cooler weather. And so on Wednesday, I'm going to make taco soup in the crock pot. It's a brand new recipe I found. I've never made it before. You just throw everything. You guys know I'm super simple, so I just like to throw everything in the crock pot and walk away. That's what you do with this. So I have, you do like beef, taco season, frozen corn, ranch powder, you do some black beans, some rotel, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you just let it cook in the crock pot all day. So on Wednesday night for dinner, we're gonna do taco soup, and then for lunch on Thursday, we're going to do taco soup, and I'm gonna add some cottage cheese to it. So, okay, can I mix the caramel cold brew with coffee? Yes, you can. I still don't understand when you say a protein for lunch and low carb for dinner. Can you explain that a little better? So it's basically the same thing if you're doing lazy keto. A lot of times for lunch, I will have higher protein items, and some of the higher protein items aren't always low carb. So for example, I'm not doing it this week, but a lot of times I'll do that Banza chickpea rice and or pasta substitute. So it's made from chickpeas, super high in protein. It's a really high protein meal when you have the high protein and then you have the animal-based protein and anything else you want to add. But that's something that you want to have in the first half of your day, and it's something that I wouldn't have for dinner during the iFast. At night, you want to focus on like protein and vegetables. You want to focus on very simple things at night that could still be high protein, but also need to be more low carb. So low carb is going to be your green veggies, your berries if you decide to do those, and like animal-based protein. So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but kind of not when you're talking about high protein and low carb. You just have to make sure that some of the items that are higher protein, beans are super high in protein, those aren't always low carb. So if you're going to have things like beans, you're going to do the Banza substitute for rice or pasta, those kinds of meals have to be had in the first half of your day. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. So I know that you guys probably like cringed when I said that I was going to have the taco soup with cottage cheese for lunch on Thursday, but I've seen a couple people on TikTok do taco soup with cottage cheese, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So that's where I'll get the extra high protein. Cottage cheese is high in protein, but it's not necessarily something that I would have all the time at night. I might have it from time to time. It kind of depends on what I have during the day. So like, for example, if I decide to do the cottage cheese in the taco soup for lunch on Thursday, for Thursday night, we're doing green chili chicken in the crock pot. So all you do is take grilled chicken and a jar of verde salsa, and you just cook it in the crock pot all day. Sometimes I'll mix that with cottage cheese, but if I have cottage cheese for lunch, I won't have it for dinner. Is the taco soup low carb? Sounds yummy. Yeah, I mean, it has beans in it, it has corn, but like also this is what you guys need to understand, okay? And I think this is where people get really confused and people get almost, I don't even know the word I'm trying to look for. So yes, so if you're gonna have cottage cheese, we better have it at lunch. Yes, exactly. So I eat peas weekly. It's one of my top green vegetable choice because I love it. I've always had peas from one. When I lost 100 pounds in 8 months, I had peas. If you go and you Google on the internet, how many carbs are in peas, it's not going to be a low carb green vegetable. It's not going to be as low carb as broccoli or Brussels sprouts, right? But like at the end of the day, peas are not the reason why I weighed almost 350 pounds, right? But it's like the one thing that people want to attack when they look at the food that I eat. They're like, you can't have peas. Well, says who, right? Like, peas don't affect me like they might affect other people. Peas aren't actually anybody's problem, if we're being honest. I mean, some people, there's like a small percentage of people out there that probably can't have for whatever reasons, but like for the mass amounts of people, peas aren't our problem. So like when you're thinking about a taco soup and you have corn and you have beans in it, are they the lowest carb option when it comes to a soup? No, but it's also not your problem. There's a lot of benefits when you eat beans. It's a lot of benefit corn, and you're not eating a ton of it, and you're eating it in moderation. So, yeah, so have taco soup at lunch. Yeah, but I'm gonna have it for dinner on Wednesday. I just am. It's gonna be cold and it's gonna be rainy here for a couple days, and so it's just gonna work out with our schedule to throw it in the crock pot. And so I'm gonna do taco soup on Wednesday night, and I'm gonna taco soup with cottage cheese on Thursday morning, or Thursday for lunch. I don't typically eat large dinners anymore. Like, I get pretty full pretty quickly. So when I talk about having a bowl of taco soup, I mean, it's a bowl of taco soup. I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to get on with my night. I'm drinking water every day. I'm walking every day, taking my supplements. I'm getting good. So, we don't want to go from creating unhealthy habits to creating new unhealthy habits. I used to be the person that would pick out carrots out of my garden salad when I would go out to a restaurant. I did it in the beginning because I was like, they're not low carb. They're not keto friendly. Like, if you Google, are carrots keto friendly, most of the internet's going to say no. And so I was like, I'm picking these out. But like, the amount of carrot slices that are in a garden salad at a restaurant are so small and minute. Like, it doesn't matter in the long run. And there's benefits to carrots as well. Like, when you're on a wellness journey and it's something that you're turning into a lifestyle, stay away from the stuff in the middle of the aisle. When you're in the grocery store, all the stuff in the middle, you want to eat all that stuff on the outside. Like, you know, when I talk about, I know I'm kind of all over the place, so if I'm confusing you guys, just tell me. But when I tell you guys to like go grocery shopping and don't buy your 5 grams of total carbs on the label, people will come after me and they'll say, oh, but like this fruit or vegetable that you eat has more than 5 grams of total carbs, but it doesn't have an ingredient label on it. It's a fresh fruit or vegetable. It's a fresh meat. Some of the meats you have to be careful about. Like, there's this graphic that I share a lot, and it's like, don't be fooled by ingredients. And it's like, these are popular keto items that have hidden ingredients, and there's bacon on there. Oh my gosh, people don't even like think twice. They're like, bacon is keto, you're stupid, you are dumb, blah blah blah. No, I understand bacon is keto. I eat bacon, yes, but like, when you flip over the label and on like a maple brown sugar bacon, that is full of sugar and hidden ingredients that normal bacon doesn't have. So like, where it's still bacon, if it's covered in maple and brown sugar, that's what knocks it out of that label umbrella. So you just have to like stop and think for a minute of the things that you're putting in your cart. Shop mostly around the outside of the grocery store, and if you do need to have bread, or you need to have ice, or you need to have, like, you have a moment of weakness and you need something, buying the stuff that's labeled keto or lower in sugar items are better options. It's just not something that you want to have every day. You want to focus on protein, veg, and fats. So hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense? Carrots aren't a problem. Yes, they're not my problem either. I can't say that 100% carrots across the board are nobody's problems, because I know that people have conditions or whatever that it affects them. But I can tell you guys, for the most amount of people, carrot, watermelon, peaches, apples, they're not a problem, right? Does that make sense? So anyways, so Thursday we're doing taco soup leftovers for lunch and chili chicken in the crock pot for dinner. Now, Austin likes to put that into a low carb tortilla. Dee and I usually almost always just put it in a bowl, top it with some sour cream, top it with some extra shredded cheese. It's really tasty. Austin loves it. If you've ever made my white chicken chili recipe, it's very similar to what that tastes like. It's just not a chili. It's a chicken that for a taco bowl, for a quesadilla, for some nachos, whatever you want to do, but I'll literally just eat it in a bowl. We have softball on Thursday night, so this is something that I can throw in the crock pot in the afternoon, let it cook. When Austin gets home from football practice, he can literally just take a fork in there and just kind of like shred up the chicken, mix it up, cover it, and by the time we're home, we'll all be able to eat it. So super easy, super tasty. Now, Fridays are tricky day. We have to travel. Kyla plays high school varsity softball. and they have an out-of-town tournament. It's an out-of-town tournament. It's a little over an hour away. She has 3 games starting in the morning. The last game starts at 3. It's in a very small town. I'm not really sure what kind of restaurants are there. So, to solve my problem, I told Dee I was going to make protein snackle box. So because we're going to be starting our day super early, ideally we don't want to eat anything before 11. But while we're at that like 11 o'clock game, we'll pull out our snackle box, and that's what we will have for lunch. It'll have some meats in it. So probably some pepperoni, maybe some boar's head chicken or Cajun turkey, something like that. It'll have some cheese slices in it. It'll have some almonds in it. It'll have probably some like blueberries. Blueberries and strawberries are really good right now. But all I get is a tackle box from Amazon. You can get them at Walmart. I mean, anywhere. I just back off Amazon. And it's got all the little like sections like a tackle box has. And then you just fill the little sections with like little low carb, high protein snacks. And so, nothing will be packaged. It'll all be fresh fruits, vegetables, and then the meat and cheese, and we will have that. And then that day I will probably do either mint chip or cookie butter as my protein shake, because for lunch we're still having a small snack or meal and we're having a protein shake. So I can put some unsweetened almond milk in like a Yeti and stick it in the cooler. It'll stay cool, and then all I have to do is add my powder to it when I'm ready to drink it. And then we are going to come home after the 3 o'clock game. It's our last home football game. They are going to do a shrimp boil for the tailgate, but we probably won't make it back in time for that. So we are going to stop somewhere. I'm pretty confident that I'm just going to have us stop at Taco Bell, because I know that there's a Taco Bell for sure. When you're traveling to small towns, you just don't really know what there is out there, but Taco Bell is a pretty safe place that we can go to, and we can get protein bowls. So if you get a protein bowl from Taco Bell, just leave off the rice, leave off the beans. You can have them add extra protein. Chicken, you can do steak, use chicken and steak. You can do seasoned beef. It has lettuce. It has pico de gallo. It has like a guacamole ranch. It has some sour cream. You can kind of mix it all together. And that's what we will have as we move back into town to hit the football game, because we want to eat before 7. Football game starts at 7. So I figure games around 3, if they're running on time, it's about an hour and a half. We'll be done between 4:30 and 5. It's about an hour 15 drive home, but it's also Friday, so there might be some traffic as we hit back towards the city. But Taco Bell will be somewhere we can stop, we can eat real fast, and then we can make our way back to the football game. And so that's what we're going to do. And then we're to the weekend. And on the weekend, I don't have to be so disciplined in my schedule. I will still do some daily fasting. I'll eat between 11 and 7, but it'll just be not as intentional. And then it's 2 days of kind of just living your best life on the weekends, making smart choices, following the lazy keto lifestyle. And then a lot of people transition back into doing this again Monday through Friday. So the option's there on like what you want to do, but that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to recap really fast my lunches and dinners for the week. If you guys are just popping on, I'm doing this 5-day iFast. So it's an intentional product assisted fast, but you do get to eat. So you get high protein for lunch, low carb for dinner. That's the name of the game. You eliminate snack. You drink this product. It helps with appetite control, helps with energy, helps with mood. Plus you drink water, plus you go for your walks. You know, the goal is to always get 8 hours of sleep a night. And you do that every single day, and it starts creating a habit that you can feel really good about. And once you start getting into that good, the sky's the limit on what can happen. So with that being said, Monday through Friday, it's high protein for lunch, low carb for dinner. So I'm doing blueberry sausage McGriddles for lunch tomorrow, and buffalo chicken stuffed peppers in the air fryer for dinner tomorrow night. Tuesday is jalapeno popper sausage balls. Tuesday night is shrimp egg roll in a bowl. Wednesday for lunch, we're doing carrot cake and apple butter muffins with breakfast bowls. And then for dinner, we're doing taco soup. For lunch on Thursday, we're doing leftover taco soup, and I'm going to try it with some cottage cheese. Thursday night, we're doing green chili chicken in the crock pot, so the kids can have their quesadillas or their tacos, and then we'll just have a bowl. And then Friday is a big travel day. We got 3 softball games out of town, and then our last home football game at home. So I'm going to take protein snackle box for us to have for lunch at the ball games. And then on our way home, we're going to stop probably at Taco Bell and do those protein bowls that I was just talking about. And then into the weekend, I'll probably start thinking about the weekend when it gets closer to the end of the week, because I'm not really sure like what we have going on next weekend. Who's going to be here, who's going to be not here. And so usually by the end of the week, we have a better idea. And I don't like to cook large meals if not everybody's here. So I also like to check the weather and go from there. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're rocking and rolling. If you guys are interested in doing this 5-day eye fast, I'm going to be documenting it all week so you guys can see every day like what what my product lineup is. I'll show you guys my food. I'll go live a few days cooking the food live so you guys can see how easy it is. And then if you want to join us later on this month, we're going to do another one together the week of the 3rd. So I'm really excited to have so many people join me this week, and then also to hopefully double that number next time on the 23rd. And then, you know, that week is getting us kind of in the right mindset for Halloween festivities, and then it's November. And then in November, we'll probably do a couple. I was really thinking about doing like a strict elimination diet for 21 days in November, just to kind of like detox my body, work on my gut health a little bit, and really be mindful of the holiday season. Enjoy Thanksgiving, and then we move into December where it's lots of treats. But I will do, every year I've done it 12 days of Christmas. I will do it again this year. Lots of sweet treats and party foods that we can enjoy, following the lazy keto lifestyle so that we can have good foods but still stay on plan. And then we'll just roll through December, and then it's going to be the first of the year. And so many people always recommit on first. They're always like, oh, new year, new me, blah, blah, blah. But like, hopefully over the next 92 days after today, 92 days, we can really get our heads right and be in a good, just transitioning into the year. So we're not starting over, we're not out of control, we're not feeling some sort of way coming out of the holiday season. I'm going to help us all navigate through that. And so if that is something that you're looking for, make sure you stick around, make sure you keep following me, send me a friend request if we're not friends. I do coach through the power of ketones, and so anybody who decides to order products from me, I have support groups. I've got some new resources come in. I spent a lot of time yesterday, 10 hours, with some people on my team and some high-level leaders in the company. We're doing an event on the 21st where more people are coming into town, and it's all about collaboration over competition, and everybody has really amazing ideas and resources to help you guys work on your own health and wellness journeys. And so like those resources are going to be coming down the wheelhouse, but my customers that choose me as a coach do get a little bit more. And so if you're in the P5 project, just be looking out. Like I said, September was pretty tough for me. The summer was really busy. 27 nights in hotels in 2 months and across 7 states. So I was living my best life as a sports mom, and it's my most favorite thing to do. I know that my time is winding down. My son, my daughter's a sophomore, and so I try to soak up every minute that I can with them. And so, I had a pretty low-key summer. Last month, some tough things happened. We lost a really good friend, and there's just been a lot of stuff that's been happening, and I'm an emotional eater, so of course I turn to food, and I'm really proud of myself because I've been on a really good wellness journey for 4 years, so I recognize when I'm starting to spiral. I started to spiral, and so I was like, Mel, you got to get yourself together. So I've got a good plan for October, and I'm back into a good headspace. This is my book I'm reading this month. It's called How Are You Really by Jenna Kutcher, and I'm really excited to read this and eat well, get my walks in every day, drink my water, and really focus on taking care of myself while showing you guys how easy this can be as well. So that's what we're doing. So do you guys have any other questions before I pop off here? Darlene says this is a good book. I have a lot of books. I like to buy books. So the other day, my Freebie Friday question was, what do you have a lot, like an absurd amount of? I have a lot of things, but I have a lot of development books, like hundreds. So that's that thing I have a lot of, and I don't read a lot of them. I have like spurts where I read a lot and then I don't read a lot, and then I read a lot and I don't read a lot. So I need to get back because I really just feel better when I'm doing all. So any other questions before I pop off here? I will get this in writing. I'm actually working on a document right now that I can post on the blog and on media, and I'll link some of the rest in it as well. And then I'll go live with some of the recipes to show you guys. I'm all about simplicity, minimal ingredients and stuff that tastes good. So I would love other books. So I've posted book lists a lot. Roberta, I'm surprised you haven't seen them. I've posted them in the chat. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it. I don't know if I can do it when I get done here, but I can look around. If you go into the, if you're still in the chat on Telegram, go look in the media section. Go look in the media section of that chat. It's like a gray graphic, and it's got a whole bunch of books listed on there. But yeah, I wouldn't say I have favorites. Chasing Cupcake is this one right here, was my book of this year. I absolutely loved it. But I don't know, I like book, but personal development books aren't always my favorite. I just know I need to read them, and they help me through a lot. But I like things by Ryan Holiday, Tim Grover. My husband loved all the books by Tim Grover. Trent Shelton has a good book called The Greatest You. So that's good. I got The Greatest Secret. Katie Rollins, another big influential person on Instagram. She did this as a book club, and so I got that book to read. I got the hiccup. Oh, Ed Milet. I have a couple of his books as well. And then John Maxwell. And then I like to buy books about people. So I have the book about a girl who was doing It Cosmetics. I think her name's Jamie Kern Lima or something. Her book was really good. I have Curtis Jackson's book, Michelle Obama's book. I haven't read that yet. The girl who is the, she's a Peloton girl. What's her name? But it's the Peloton girl, and I didn't know. She's like beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. She's a really big Peloton instructor, and the first part of her book, she talks about how she was so overweight growing up. Like, if you look at her, she doesn't look like she's ever been overweight. And then, so she talks about like her struggles in life. That one is a really good book. Yeah. And if you guys have some really good books too, put them in the comment section. So, well, I guess there's no more questions, so I'm gonna jump off here. But I'm really excited for this week and my meals. It's a good variety, and yeah, I'm really excited to just like take control of this week. All I want to do is eat candy corn and drink cherry Pepsi. That's like all I've been thinking about all day, is eating candy corn and drinking cherry Pepsi, if we're being honest. So obviously we're not doing that. In my stories, I might have showed you guys that the rest of the family had pizza leftovers for lunch. They had pizza yesterday. I wasn't even here, so I didn't have that pizza yesterday. But they had pizza leftovers, and I decided to take smoked salmon from Friday with half a can of peas, because I love them. I microwaved them and added some zero sugar yum yum sauce, and then I had some grapes and a small orange. And so that was my lunch, and so I was really proud of that. I had a Built Puff Bar for lunch. Built Puff Bars are really good. I don't know if I like their protein bars, but the puff ones, all of the flavors I've tried so far have been good. Today I had chocolate coconut. That was really, so it's like a hard shell with like puffy marshmallowy stuff in the middle, and high protein, low carb. So I had that. And then it's just the kids and I for dinner. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do for dinner. I don't know if it's going to be low carb or if it's going to be like my last meal before this eye fast tomorrow, if I'm being honest. But I've done really good. I'm going to try to get a walk-in tonight. And I've done really well on water. So this is my third cup of water. And yeah, we're just rocking and rolling. So anything else, you guys, before I pop off? And if you do want anything that I shoot me a message, you can go to the link in my bio. Check things out there, but we're just gonna rock and roll. It's gonna be a great month. I'm really excited for it. I'm gonna have a soup digital cookbook coming, and stuff for the holidays, one for Thanksgiving with sides. I do that every year. It probably won't be much different from last year, but I'll probably just add a couple new things and just re-release it. So that'll be fun and exciting. And we're just gonna navigate through the holidays together, and we're gonna enjoy the holidays, but we're not going to enjoy them to a point where we lose all control and feel like crap starting January 1st. Like, that's not gonna happen. So see what happens, but I'm really optimistic and excited. So all right, I've been stalling, but I don't think you guys have any questions, so I'm gonna pop off. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Don't forget the most successful people always have a plan. So get your lunches and dinners figured out for the week so you don't have to think about it. All right? Deal? Deal. Deal. Okay. Bye, friends.